So I have a question for you. How much mindful self-compassion do you have for yourself? I've recently been adding some self-compassion to my life. Kristen Neff and Chris Gomer are the champions of self-compassion, and Kristen Neff talks about the yin and the yang of self-compassion. So the power of self-compassion incorporates the yin part, which is the more feminine side of us, a more passive, nurturing side. And the yang side is the more active part, the more doing part, that makes changes, providing ourselves with what we need and motivating ourselves. We all have both of these within us, male and female, yin and yang. No doubt you've heard of them, the yin and the yangs. The first is kindness. There are three basic components of self-compassion, and as I said, the first is kindness, to state the obvious, being kind to ourselves. Next is common humanity. We are in it together, and whatever happens to us happens to others. And lastly, mindfulness. So having an approach of being open and mindful of our struggle and or pain. So why is self-compassion important? There are three areas to consider under each element of self-compassion. They are when we protect ourselves, when we provide for ourselves, and when we motivate ourselves. So just a little bit of explanation here. For instance, when self-compassion is aimed at protecting ourselves, it feels like a fierce, empowered mother and has very clear boundaries. No, that is not okay. You will go no further. And as far as common humanity is concerned, it's about standing together in strength. We are empowered by our connection with others. And then in mindfulness, there is the real sense of clarity around this is not okay. And when self-compassion is about providing for ourselves, it feels different because we are giving ourselves what we truly, authentically need. And in this case, the kindness feels very fulfilling and satisfying. When we want to give ourselves what we need, we feel fulfilled. When it concerns common humanity, we recognize there's a balance required. In other words, we don't just give in or just give to ourselves or just give in to the needs of others. Common humanity allows us to balance our needs with others' needs. And then in mindfulness, it gives us a real sense of authenticity. What do I need? Do I even know what I need? And lastly, if we're motivating ourselves, kindness arrives as encouragement. It isn't kindness when someone needs to be motivated and they're stuck to just say, oh well, don't worry, that's fine. Or to ourselves, if we aren't feeling happy, to say, oh, that's fine, it's okay. Kindness means we don't criticize ourselves. We don't call ourselves names, but we can say, you can go for it. Just go for it. Kindness is very encouraging. It's a very encouraging quality. And the common humanity of motivation kind of sees how things are related to each other. It comes from the bigger view of interdependence, the causes and conditions that come together to create our suffering. So when we motivate ourselves, common humanity actually manifests as wisdom. We can see where we're stuck and why we're stuck and what mistakes we made, and we kind of understand the bigger picture of what's happening. And in mindfulness, under the motivational umbrella, is insight. It gives us the vision to see what we need to change in order to help ourselves. So in this case, kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness feel like an encouraging, wise vision. There will be changes that you need to make if you care about yourself and you don't want to suffer. You're going to want to be your best self. And mostly we want to be safe and happy. And if we don't get this right, we beat ourselves up over and over. So what voice is more effective? The one telling you how bad you are, or a voice that's encouraging and supportive? We're definitely going to listen more to that encouraging and supportive voice. We are also going to be able to take in what that voice is saying more readily than a voice who's just shutting us down. And this leads nicely into another element of self-compassion, which is constructive criticism. This is an element of wisdom where you can ask questions like, what mistakes did I make? How can I do it better next time? This is a really caring, understanding, compassionate approach. Self-criticism normally just gives us unhelpful information like, you're bad, you did it wrong, do it better next time. It doesn't say what to do differently or how to do it differently. It doesn't see the bigger picture of all the causes and conditions that led to the outcome. So the wisdom of kindness provides us with an insight of, oh, I see, I did this. Maybe I can try this differently next time. It gives us more choices when we let that wisdom in. And evolution points to negative emotions narrowing our focus and limiting insights, and any possible wise choices might be able to invite in. We only see what we did wrong and how we were wrong. Positive emotions like kindness, safety, and warmth have the opposite effect, the effect of broadening our perspective so that we can have a larger vision to see possibilities. I could try this and do it this way, which would be much better. So benefits of self-compassion, thanks to the research done by Kristen Neff and Chris Germer, really back up this kind of encouraging, wise voice of compassionate motivation. It's actually much more effective and more sustainable in motivating ourselves to change.